I'm doing really well. Welcome. It's so good to
Good.
see you.
Thank you. I know it's been since the last time I saw you, a lot has happened. So
Yes.
lots to talk about, lots to, yeah.
And you've been busy, like you're doing so many amazing things. And I want to chat all about that during the next 20 minutes. So welcome everyone to Together We Rise, uplifting conversations for challenging times. You know what? We're all in our quarantine. We're self-isolating. We're doing our part by staying home and allowing the frontline workers and people working in the medical field to do their job. And we're doing our part by staying at home. And so to help make it a little better for all of us during this time, we've started these daily 1 p.m. lives with inspiring guests, hearing about how they're coping with COVID. Today's guest has many different aspects to share with us, including her personal story, as well as being a business owner and what she's doing and what her company's doing to give back and make a difference during this time. So I'm really excited to introduce her. But before I do that, I want to shout out and thank our show sponsor, First Session. They're an online platform that allows you to find and connect with a mental health professional. Guys, it's tough times out there. Therapy is a great option if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling depressed. And First Session makes it easy to do that all online. So you just go on their platform, pick which therapist is the right fit for you. And in light of COVID-19, some of their therapists are offering discounted rates. So shout out and thank you to First Session. Now, I want to introduce our lovely guest here. Taylor Frankel is the co-founder of NUDESTIX, an effortless makeup crayon line that makes going nude easier than ever, helping you achieve that fresh, natural look, which Taylor is always rocking. She is the poster girl for the fresh face, like girl next door beauty look. You're getting lots of hearts for that because people know it's true. Taylor, along with her mom, Jenny, and sister Allie, seek to empower women to let their natural beauty shine through. All NUDESTIX products are paraben-free, cruelty-free, and vegan. Welcome, Taylor.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I feel so special. So yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I did to just talk a little bit about NUDESTIX, what we stand for, you know, how we're coping during these times. And then I think I'll be giving everyone a little tutorial at the end of this. So I came
Yes.
with you.
Okay, I'm ready. I got my products here. So, okay, I met Taylor back a few months ago at the City Moguls event in Toronto. We were both honored to be City Moguls, recognized as that. And we were both wearing the same designer. We had a lot of fun. And
We're like, people are wearing the same thing.
And it's so funny because we were able to pick what our outfits were, and we both picked a very similar thing.
Yeah.
And so I'd heard about NUDESTIX and kind of meeting you and learning more about the brand. I was really excited to try it. And honestly, Taylor, my makeup game has been transformed with NUDESTIX. It's because these products are amazing for a 5-minute face and like so quick to go. But also if you're doing like a more kind of effort heavy look, they're awesome like additions to what you're already doing. They add like a dew and a glow that is just phenomenal. So stay tuned. A little bit later in our chat, we're gonna have Taylor actually show us some of her swatches and colors. So to kick us off today, Taylor, why don't you tell us, how has COVID been impacting your life and your business?
So first off, from a business perspective, all of our retailers globally, and just to give you an idea of what percentage of our business does exist from a brick and mortar capacity, we have about 850 locations globally. From, you know, variety of retailers, whether it's Sephora Global or Ulta or Selfridges. So from a retail perspective, you know, unfortunately, a lot of businesses have been impacted negatively. But I think, you know, what we've been able to do and what we've been lucky, I don't know if lucky is the right word, or, you know, our mentality has really shifted to digital and really focusing on our online business and shifting our efforts in a digital capacity. So whether that means going live every single day and really interacting with our customer, or being more active on social platforms, or, you know, ensuring that our .com business is healthy, to ensure that, you know, as a business, we're still healthy, and making those changes needed to ensure that after COVID is over, you know, we're still here as a business, and we can still, and still successful. And yeah, so it's been a little bit of a change from a personal perspective. I've, you know, obviously working from home has its pros and cons. I've been having to kind of create makeshift little studios at home to create content and film videos. Zoom conference calls have saved us, and have been super beneficial. And I think it really goes to show for a lot of businesses, you know, also, how can we be innovative in a digital way? And how can we also reduce costs from a day-to-day perspective by going digital? And I think that's where a lot of businesses are having this aha moment and saying, wait a second, like, do we really need, you know, firstly, all these brick and mortar locations? Do we really need to have, you know, even like a head office where we have our employees every single day? Is it more so, can we work from home? Is this something that we need to get used to for the future? Is this the new normal? So kind of like questioning ourselves, you know, but yeah, so it's been, I think, a learning experience. Obviously, it's been tough on all of us. And from even, like you said, a mental health perspective, I think we all have to really take care of ourselves. And I think the one thing social media does really well is we've been able to create a community on social and really be there for each other. But from a negative way, you know, I think there's a lot of pressure to, you know, be always on, to always be on, and to always be productive. And at the end of the day, you know, you have to realize that these are really challenging times, and if you're not productive, that's okay too. And if you do need a moment of self-care, that's okay. So yeah.
That's really saying something for you, because you are traveling frequently. You're like usually on the go, sort of nonstop. So I think it's really refreshing to hear you say, you know what, we do need that time to kind of step back too. So what does that look like for you? What does self-care look like for you?
Wow, what does self-care look like for me? There's so many different ways. I mean, firstly, I'm a skincare junkie. So for me, like, you know, putting on a face mask and really indulging in skincare for me is like that one way where I feel really calm. I am a Netflix, you know, fanatic. So just cuddling with my puppy and watching Netflix for me is like a great way to self-care. Cooking, I love to cook. I'm not the best cook, but I do enjoy it. Right way. And also something that you mentioned, you know, how do we kind of cope during these times? And I think, especially if you're if you're someone who's always on the go and always going from one event to the next, or one meeting to the next, or sometimes you almost have to relearn behaviors. And I think for me, I've kind of relearned how to be still and how to enjoy being present. And I think for a lot of people, we're realizing, okay, like, how do we use this time to our advantage? And I think being present for yourself, being present for your family, your friends, is something that, you know, I've been really practicing during this time.
And you started this business at a young age, like you were in your teens, really, when you kind of started out and built this brand, which is, it's phenomenal. Like I've since seeing it, it's like I've just been seeing you guys grow further and further. I saw these amazing elaborate setups in the Sephora near me, and it's really awesome to see what you're doing. So to the business owners out there and people who are kind of like hustling and maybe have like small businesses that they're starting up, what is the best advice that you can give them for how they navigate through like difficult times?
So I would say, something that actually my mom has practiced really, really well during these times is always thinking about, I think the greater, how do I say this? And I would almost say thinking about the greater good of your business. It's easy to act reactively, and especially during these really challenging times when there's a lot at stake. But I think, you know, thinking that you really need to think about the greater good of the business and what's going to be beneficial for the brand. So for example, you know, obviously we don't know how long this will last, but at the end of the day, we need to ensure that there is a business to come back to, whether it's a few months from now, 5 months from now, 6 months from now. So I think sometimes we have a lot of emotions involved, and that's just a part of being human. But I think, you know, something that's really important is to think about, okay, like there needs to be a business to get back to, and there's going to be some difficult decisions that you're going to have to make. But at the end of the day, like you just need to, sometimes you just need to think about the business first, and it's really difficult. But that was something that I learned over the past few weeks. And also just calmness sometimes, and also being calm in these like really challenging situations and not acting super reactively, because that can be negative in the long run. And also not having an ego. I think a lot of businesses during this time, or executives, you know, are like, okay, I need to think about myself. Like, am I going to have a job? Am I going to, you know, am I going to lose, you know, certain, I don't know, like in regards to salary and things like that. But I think, you know, being selfless during this time is really important. And again, like I said, just acknowledging the greater good of the business.
Yes. And I think like entrepreneurs have that kind of built into their DNA where, you know, you're naturally going against the grain and having to like carve out a unique path. So it's almost like you expect obstacles as an entrepreneur, and it's like,
Yeah.
how can I push through them and how can I innovate? So we're having some great questions here. People saying like, you know, they're feeling anxious and how do we be productive? And I think like you're an example of, you know what, you need to maybe look for ways that you can innovate. Like NUDESTIX you have been doing like daily live. I tuned in for a few of your interviews, like with Bobby
Yes.
Brown.
Thank you.
Yeah, you asked one of my questions. I was like, yes. So yeah, I feel like you're doing a really good job of like innovating. So I've definitely seen your lives, and tell us more about that, if they're like a set time or when people can tune in. And also, I've noticed that NUDESTIX has had like a code to help donate money. You get money off as a purchaser, but you also donate money towards COVID efforts, which I took advantage of, by the way, just last week.
Amazing. That's awesome. So yeah, I've taken the initiative to go live every single day on NUDESTIX, because, you know, I think for me, just personally, it's a really great way to just feel like I'm interacting and being social with our community, and also just being kind of like this light, like this, I guess, a little bit of a positive turn to your day, regardless if you're staying at home or you're on the front lines, and you can kind of just tune in and have a moment to just feel like you're interacting with a friend. And I think we all kind of just need something like that during these times. And yeah, so once a week, we actually, we create a code, and it's every week, it's a different code, and 10% of the proceeds of that purchase, by using your code, will be donated to the World Health Organization, which was our way of giving back. And we have a few other things that are coming down the pipeline, but that's something that, you know, we could implement right away.
Awesome. I love that. So I've been watching and loving what NUDESTIX is doing. And I think that's just another way of companies, you know, business for good, using your business for good to give back. And it was a great way on a personal level to get some of the products that I've had my eye on. So
Love it.
So for those of you who are new to watching Together We Rise, the last part of our interview is always a lightning round where we do 10 quick questions and we get to know our guest a little bit better. But before we do that, Taylor's brought some products with her here, going to do a little bit of a NUDESTIX kind of swatch and demonstration and show us what she has with her.
Yes, so I'm so excited. So I thought I would kind of create like this work from home type of look. I came fresh-faced for all of you. I'm wearing a little bit of tinted moisturizer. And so
wait a second, Taylor, you don't have anything on other than tinted moisturizer?
Okay, well, I have tinted moisturizer, I have a little bit of brow on, and then I also have my mascara.
You have gorgeous skin. Gorgeous skin.
Oh, thank you. I gave myself a little facial last night, so for a little bit of a natural glow going on. So I'm thinking I'm going to use our nudies, and I know that you have these on you as well. And these are like the perfect product even if you're just working from home and you're hopping on a Zoom call and you want to little bit, you know, fresh. But yet you don't want to look like you're wearing any makeup. It's super easy to use. Or even if you're going out and you're, even if you are working it on the front lines, these are a great way to just create a super quick makeup look in less than 5 minutes, because these are multitasking. So they're your eyeshadow, your cheek blush, and your lip color all in one. So I'm going to use a blusher. I'm using the shade Nude Peach, which is a really nice coral blush. And I find this like instantly wakes up the skin. So if you're like me and you don't get much sleep at night and you want something that just makes you look super fresh, you just want to pop this on the apples of the cheek. I'm going to use my finger and just swipe that all over the lid. And then I'm going to take a little bit with my finger and just place that all over the lid. And then if you want, there is a synthetic blending brush on the other end, and you can just use that to blend everything in. So it's super quick and easy. You don't even need like other tools. You can even use it if you prefer.
Look at this. Like, and I love that you can use it with your finger. Like, I am by no means like this really advanced, you know, makeup person, but like, look at how just those, you took the exact same product in 3 different places on your face, and look at like that dewy color that's just come through. Like, it's honestly, it's like, you cannot go wrong with this product. It's the Nudies collection, right? It's like your...
Yes, exactly. It's the Nudies collection. And in this collection, we have blushes, we have bronzers, we have highlighters. We also have a collection called Blooms, which are your dewy blushes. So they're kind of like a hybrid of our Nudies highlighters and our blushes. So they look beautiful on the skin. I think you have one of those.
So like for me, so like today I have a heavier sort of makeup for the show, and like 2 of the products. So yeah, I use the Nudies Bloom. I got it in Cherry Blossom Babe. And it's this, I love this color. It's like this gorgeous pink. And so I put like on top here, did exactly what you did. I also wore a lipstick and I put it over top for just this like sort of shine, a little bit of gloss. And then I used one of your tinted blur stick, which I know can be like a foundation. But I use it as contour. So I'll...
Yes, with that product for contouring. It's the most amazing contour stick.
Yeah, like I got it a few shades darker than I would get a foundation, and basically draw it here, draw it on the forehead, draw it on the chin, and blend it in.
I love that. Yeah, and it blends in so seamlessly to the skin. You're never going to see like any harsh or defined lines, which is something that we all want. Like I think 5-6 years ago, it was all about like that super intense, like heavy contour. And now we're kind of going more so into like the natural and soft looking contouring. But to finish off, I'll just go in with a little bit of highlighter. I'm obsessed with highlight. I essentially like bathe myself in this. Like I use this all over my face. And I'm using a shade called Hey Honey, which is a really nice golden glow.
I ordered this. This is what I ordered. I ordered Hey Honey. Yep. And I ordered a Nudies Bloom in Tiger Lily Queen.
Oh, I love Tiger Lily Queen. Yeah, both of those shades are so stunning for your skin tone because they're both quite warm, so they'll just make you look super bronzy and glowy. But what I love about this highlighter is that it's not your traditional like powdery or sparkly highlighter. It's more so like a dewy glow. So it's kind of going to give you that like post-facial type of highlight to the skin. And your skin just looks really radiant and fresh. The formula is not sticky at all. It's not oily. It just melts into the skin and it just feels like you just put on moisturizer. So it just feels like hydrated skin. You just want to place that on the high points of the face. So wherever like you have, wherever when you smile, for example, where you see a natural glow come through. So it's typically from like the center of the apples of the cheek to the temple area. And then a little bit on like the nose, maybe the inner corners, maybe a little bit on like the forehead, the chin. Everywhere.
Oh my God, just rub it everywhere.
Yeah, I love that.
So that's amazing. And as you guys can see, Taylor just took 2 products, you guys. 2 products. You know, there's these jokes, and this is true. There's these jokes that it's like for men, it's like, oh, you know, here's this one product that you can use for everywhere on your body. And for women, it's like, this has been specially formulated for your left elbow, right? Like,
I know. It's funny because coming from, looks, my mom's a chemist, and whenever I say, oh, like you need like like this specific shampoo for this, and then this specific cream for your under eyes and for these areas. And she's like, no, Taylor, it's all marketing. You don't need that. You don't need all of those products. So like having one product to do it all. And I think for me, I still use quite a bit just because I love mixing different shades and different textures just to add beautiful dimension. But honestly, at the end of the day, less is more. And I think that's even a great way to speak to like self-care and, you know, like taking less time to like just do your makeup in the morning just allows you to prioritize different things that are going on in your life that are maybe a little bit more important. So yeah,
not to like go too hard on this point, but I think you're really speaking to something that I'm passionate about too. When I was reading, and so regardless of politics, this has absolutely nothing to do with politics. I just really like reading memoirs of high profile people, particularly women in politics, because I feel like there's like unique challenges that they face. So when I read Hillary Clinton's memoir, one of the things that really stuck out to me was that she had like an hour and a half a day like booked for makeup. And that is not just her. That is like all politicians, female politicians have to get in front of the camera. And I just think that what could we be doing with that extra time?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that was something that we felt really passionate about because we would watch these YouTube videos and we would, you know, we were always exposed to the industry, and we said, well, who actually has the time to spend an hour on their makeup in the morning? Like if you're a mom, if you're a student, if you're a career woman, if you're always busy, like the majority of us have 5 minutes, if even, right? And if we don't have the time, typically we're doing our makeup on the subway or on the bus or in a taxi or in an Uber. So we try to make beauty simple and also make it fit into your own lifestyle. So yeah, I love that point.
Okay, so before I go to lightning round, because we're getting lots of questions, and one is a repeat question coming through here, Taylor. Your mask. People want to know what face mask you're using.
Oh, someone asked me that yesterday too. My go-to face mask, I kind of switch it up a bit. I love the brand Dr. Dennis Gross. They have really great masks. What other brands? Dr. Jart, Biossance. I'm not using one particular face mask at the moment. There's one on Amazon called Dr. G, and it's an exfoliating mask, and it saved my skin. It just takes away all excess dead skin on your face and makes your skin look really glowy. Yeah.
What up, Dr. G?
What up, Dr. G? Great.
Okay, we could obviously talk for a long time with Taylor, and she has so much great wisdom here to share. So thank you so much for what you've done already. And now I want to go to our lightning round and get to know some of your recommendations. So first off, Taylor, what makes you a good person to be quarantined with?
Clean. Oh, my sister just said your dog.
That's awesome.
I'm living with my parents at the moment, and my sister just said my dog makes me a good
Hi,
person.
Allie.
Yeah. she's in it, yeah.
Also that, and you clearly have like a good stash of makeup and skincare.
And that, yes.
What makes you a bad person to be quarantined with?
Ooh. I like to use every part of the house to do like to me and like to make calls. So like I'll start in the kitchen, then I'll move my way to the living room, and then I'll go to my bedroom. So I'm like always taking up so much space.
Okay, favorite quote to keep you motivated?
This too shall pass.
Yes. Go to pump up song.
Ooh. Go to pump up song. Right now it's Toosie Slide by Drake.
Nice. Current at-home workout?
There's a fitness influencer right now. His name is Noah Schwartz, and he does Instagram lives every Monday and Saturday. And they're amazing, and he's super passionate about what he does. So I've been doing that.
Go to healthy snack.
Go to healthy snack. I don't really eat healthy snacks. I made a really nice banana muffin recipe the other day, so I've been eating those. Yeah.
So, like, just so I understand, you're usually eating unhealthy snacks?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's hard being home and eating healthy. That's all.
Agreed. Book recommendation.
Book recommendation. A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle.
Nice. Netflix show recommendation.
Netflix show recommendation. Ooh. I'm actually watching Hunters on Amazon Prime right now, so one's pretty good.
Okay, have to check that one out. Any skill or hobby that you've been wanting to try? I'm not going to say that you have a ton more time because you don't, but just being home, anything that you've wanted to try, but maybe now you're going to give a try that you're spending more time at home.
Honestly, like perfecting baking, because I'm the worst baker and it's a science, really, like baking. Like I can cook, I can throw different things in a pan and like it can be great, but actually baking for me has always been a struggle. So like experimenting with new recipes for me is like a lot of fun and it's calming, and I'm hoping to potentially take that skill with me outside of quarantine.
That's awesome. Those banana muffins. Okay.
Yeah, banana bread, banana muffin, we're trying.
Where can people, lastly, Taylor, where can people connect with you outside of today's live?
So you can connect with me on my personal social platform, which is Taylor_Frankel. And then you can also connect with me on the NUDESTIX Instagram platform, which is just NUDESTIX. And and you can DM us, send us pics if you need any help finding products.
And you have an Easter code, I believe. So I want to ask you about that. And then what day can we expect the next COVID-related code?
Yes. So Easter code. Let me just bring that up right now.
I got an email about it, I think, last night. So I think it was like Easter something.
Yes. Did I receive my new
Easter 30.
Easter 30. Okay. Great.
So 30% off your purchase of NUDESTIX, guys.
Amazing. And then you can expect the next COVID code this Wednesday. So every Wednesday we'll be promoting a code in support of COVID-19 and the World Health Organization. So definitely tune in.
Amazing. Taylor, thank you so much for taking the time to show us some colors, to walk us through your routines, like really good stuff here. And congrats on everything that you're building. I'm really excited to see the future of NUDESTIX and for your own entrepreneurial journey.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. You're so sweet. And I'm so excited that we had the chance to make this happen. And yeah, I hope you're staying safe and healthy during this time, and hopefully we'll reconnect soon.
Absolutely. Guys, together we will rise. We're going to make it to the other side of COVID-19. We're in this together. We're coming together by staying apart. And we hope that these daily lives with inspiring guests just keep you going. So if you missed any part of today, it's being recorded. I'm going to have the video up in a few hours on my page. And we'll see you back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our next guest. Take care, Taylor.
Bye, Katie.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.